Hi everybody, this is the Planet Earth here. So I want to go ahead and make a video about Sprint and the drama that we had to go through to get a SIM card for a tablet. This is a disappointing video. Sprint itself is a disappointing company. It is the worst excuse me. It is the worst cell phone company in the world. I mean, it might be worse than some of these third world country cell phone providers. Let me tell you why. So, a few months ago, I decided to get a tablet because it was $20 a month to have unlimited data on it. That's pretty cheap. $20 a month to have unlimited data on the tablet, assuming you're in a good coverage area of Sprint, and the tower's not overloaded. Well, I decided to go ahead and get a tablet, and everything was going good for 2 months. And all of a sudden, the Samsung Tablet A screen went out on me. I don't know why. So it just went out. So I sent it in to Samsung. When I sent it into Samsung, they didn't return the SIM card to me with the tablet. So when I didn't get the SIM card back, I went to a Sprint store to get a new SIM card for the tablet because I didn't get one back, and this is where it all started. So I got a new SIM card. I'll give you an example. The SIM card matrix for the Sprint system says that the Sprint SIM card that works with it is supposed to be ending in 00509 for the, if you actually scan it, it tells you what it is. And so they said that was the card that's supposed to go with it, right? Now, about that, the bring your own device kits should have worked with these tablets. Well, they don't. Because at the bottom of the SIM card itself, it is 01.04. The tablets have a SIM card in there with 2.02. So, we didn't know this at first, for a long time. Sprint employees didn't know it. Sprint customer service didn't know it. Sprint retention didn't know it. Sprint order support didn't know it. Nobody knew that you have to have that very specific SIM card to activate a tablet again. Because these tablets come pre-installed with that SIM card. So, we traveled a total of 24 miles on the first day to go to a corporate store. On day one, we thought, okay, well, I'll just go get a new SIM card since they already fixed the screen for the tablet, and I'd be down the road. And so I was like, okay, well, fine. I'll just go to my local Sprint store and have a new SIM card in. But no, it wasn't that easy. I get there, and they don't have the SIM card in stock. And then when they do find the SIM card that's supposed to work with it, the SIM card did not work with these tablets, and it would not activate. And it would give an error called internal error 108. Would not activate. So I called a different Sprint store about 30 miles away. Was it 30? Yeah, 30 miles away. And went to that Sprint store. So, this was day 2. Day 1, I could not get it activated to go on the LTE network ever again. Day 2 was interesting. Already, I'm out of service for 7 days straight. And I really don't care. I mean, it's not like a big priority to me to have services, but, it's not right. So, my friend calls order support, and they get into it. Because at this time, we've already gone to one that's 20 miles away, one that's 30 miles away, one that's 15 miles away, and we still didn't get the right SIM card for the tablet. So order support orders a new SIM card kit that supposedly works with Samsung Tablet A. Well, it doesn't. So I got mad and called a store in Columbus, Ohio, which is over 60 miles away, round trip. 60 to 70 miles away, round trip. 60 miles, no, 70 miles one way, if you're going to include, 70 miles one way and 70 miles the other way. So, about 140 miles round trip. So, we go to the Sprint store, we land in Columbus, Ohio. We go to the Sprint store thinking, okay, maybe they got the SIM card. We can finally get this goddamn thing activated and put behind us. Since Sprint has already sent us a couple of bring your own device kit SIM cards. Which is this one. And, right, now, Sprint also didn't have those SIM cards. And this is like day 4, day 5. Still no luck. So, we start calling in to, we start getting mad and, we just start practically, I don't know, we just went crazy. They kept hanging up on us because they couldn't figure out the issue. And they kept hanging up on us. And then hanging up on us. And we weren't screaming and hollering at that point. So we decided to call corporate. In corporate office, when you call the corporate office itself, you do not get a hold of the executive relation team. The only time the executive relation team will call you for Sprint headquarters is when you either file a BBB complaint, file a small claims court, or if you file a state attorney's complaint. And that's the only time they'll call you. So, we're talking to these fake executive relation team, and they keep hanging up on us. And hanging up on us. And hanging up on us because they can't figure out the issue. Instead of working with us to get maybe a new tablet that has the new SIM card that works with it, they decided that they weren't going to do anything and that we're going to still have to pay for the tablet that doesn't work. So, I get mad, and also my friend gets mad, and all of a sudden, and this is 6 days later now, before everything actually goes right. So, I got mad, and we ordered a new tablet. We bought a new tablet with the Sprint. And then the Sprint guy at the store wanted to see if this other tablet worked, which was my original one. And after he... Actually, no, I'm sorry. The tablet that I got as a new tablet, this is like... It would technically, I'd have 3 tablets. Or two tablets. One would be the broken one, and then one would be the new one. So, the new Samsung Tab A tablet that I got had a dead pixel in the middle of the screen. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And then, the Zag case, to protect it from dropping and breaking the screen, I transferred it to the new thing there, and as best as I could. I mean, there's a little bit of dirt on the back of it, but not much. And I kept doing it over and over and over and over and over. And finally, after the worst customer service ever, getting yelled at the Sprint store, getting told to fuck off, having customer relations hanging up on you multiple times because you asked to speak to an American, it is the worst customer service in history. But the only reason I stay with Sprint is because they have unlimited data. And that I can stream DirecTV Now without having to worry about incurring overages. And that's really the only reason I use the Sprint tablet, is to watch my movies and watch DirecTV Now so I can watch movies and live networks while, away from home. That was my main goal of buying the tablet and, have unlimited data. And you can also tether it. Alright, so at this point, I'm baffled at the customer service. The customer service is so terrible. They don't have an answer as to why the new SIM cards don't work with it. Nobody seems to even give a shit. And I don't get it. Verizon would never do this to us. Verizon would have never done that to us. They would have figured out the problem within the first day and fixed it. But Sprint is a terrible company. We drove 140 miles to get a fucking SIM card that didn't even work. And what does Sprint do when we call them? They hang up on you. And then they hang up on you again. Finally, my friend lost it, started screaming at them at the top of their lungs. And when my friend lost it, they finally credited the account. He actually had a breakdown. We're talking, if I would have recorded this kind of screaming, it was enough to break the sound barrier. But my friend finally lost it. And I lost it too. I was so mad. I wanted to go in the Sprint store and scream at them. Just scream at them. We went to 6 different Sprint stores, corporate stores, around the Southwestern Ohio division and Central Ohio division. We never got anywhere. Finally, we went to a Sprint store that was 40 miles away. And we're going to go ahead and replace the defective tablet with another new tablet. So he took the SIM card out of that tablet. Since it was being returned, it was actually off on an account. So the SIM card had never been activated. So he took the SIM card and he activated on his system once he was able to return the defective unit, and the tablet activated just fine. After all that trouble, all that terrible customer service, not finding out why this drama had to start to begin with, out of all the bring your own device kits that they sent out, Sprint doesn't care about the customer. They don't care about the customer service. They don't care if they hang up on you multiple times. And they do hang up on you multiple times. You get this ugly-ass customer support from the Philippines or wherever the hell they're from, and they're terrible. Even retention's located in the Philippines. That's ridiculous. I want to speak to a U.S. citizen from the country that I'm in origin of. I want to speak to an American. So when you call corporate, you speak to these people supposedly in Oklahoma, but they don't sound American. So, I had a ticket sent out. A network ticket. And I forced them to do it. They need to know that version 2.02 only works on tablets. And how the hell do they not know this? What kind of cell phone company does not know what SIM card needs to belong in a tablet? Because this SIM card also doesn't work on iPhones. It doesn't. It doesn't work on iPhones. By the way, it doesn't work on the iPhones. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why Sprint doesn't give a shit. I don't know why they have the most horrid customer service in the history of any cell phone provider. Their customer service is so bad. It's so sad, but mainly it's bad. All I was doing was trying to get a new SIM card because Samsung forgot to put the tablet SIM card back in. And so, our blood pressure spiked. My friend screamed. And we had all that drama over something so cynical, stupid. It was so stupid. Over nothing. What did Sprint do? After we must have called in, I would say over 100 times in the last week. And most of them hung up on us. Not because we were screaming, but because they didn't want to rectify the issue. When a customer cannot get service on their device because of not having the proper SIM card for that device, this is Sprint's fault. There is nobody else to blame but Sprint. If they don't have the tablet SIM cards in stock, if a defective SIM card happens in a tablet, how the hell are they going to replace that tablet SIM card? The only SIM card that works with these tablets are a specialized SIM card, I guess, that has to be with Sprint. But for Sprint not to have them in stock at their stores, lackluster, Lackluster company, lackluster building, lackluster everything. There was the most terrible experience ever. And worst customer service at those stores. Absolute shitball customer service. Not knowing what they're doing is the worst part. They don't know what they're doing. The only one that knew what they were doing was the last Sprint store we went to. And I shouldn't have to travel over 300 miles to get a fucking SIM card in total. All I wanted was a new SIM card. And I had to go through all that shit just to get a fucking SIM card. And that's bullshit. Nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to call customer care where we're going to give you high blood pressure every time you fucking call. Sprint does not care about you. They're a business and they're in it only for the money. They don't have a CEO who sucks a big pack file of fucking cocks. He just sucks a big fat pile of fucking cocks. He sucks on fucking human waste inside a fucking street receptacle. He is a epiphany of a loser. He doesn't care about his company. He doesn't care about the people. He don't give a fuck about you. He does not care if you have service or not. He does not care if you have decent download speeds at all. They throttle you like crazy. It's ridiculous. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And there's nothing... It seems like there's nothing I can do to rectify the fucking situation other than bitch and moan to corporate office. And the only way to bitch and moan properly is to file a Better Business Bureau complaint at this point. What kind of company does not have the proper SIM card to install on a simple device? What kind of company does not stock tablet SIM cards just in case somebody needs a SIM card because one becomes defective? And that's Sprint. They are the worst, shittiest customer service you'll ever see in your life. If you ever want to switch to Sprint, do not ever switch to Sprint for the unlimited data. The only reason I have it is because I live next to a cell phone tower. With Verizon, you don't have that issue. With AT&T, I know you don't have that issue. With T-Mobile, I've never had that issue. But with Sprint, I don't know. They don't care about the customer. They don't care about the customer until you bitch in the Better Business Bureau complaints. Or if you file a state attorney's complaint. Or if you go to an FCC complaint. That's the only time they'll call you. You'll never speak to the executive relations team by calling in the corporate offices. Because they know that their service sucks. That's why they transfer you to the Philippines. That's why they transfer you. It's blatant. A terrible company. Terrible service. Terrible people. And the only reason I use them is because they have great unlimited data. And that's it. I had a phone with them. And one of the Sprint employees illegally turned my phone off. Because I made him mad. Because I told him that the service sucked. So he goes in and turns my stuff off. That was the last straw I had ever gonna have voice services with Sprint. That's why I say with Verizon Wireless. I never have that problem with them. I never get charged anything that's not other than them being just expensive, period. But I don't get shitty service with them. So Sprint sucks. And anybody who's thinking of switching to Sprint, you have a world of hate coming to you. They're going to eat you up and spit you out like you're a dog. Well, actually, you're worse than a dog. They're going to treat you like dirt on your shoes. And they're going to rinse you right off. They hate you. They don't care about you. Except for a few Sprint employees and except for a few customer service representatives. Other than that, they don't care how bad your service is. They don't. It's the worst company in the world. I mean, when it comes to cell phone service. They're probably worse than there's some third world countries that have better customer service than Sprint. Go look at all the reviews for Sprint and you will see in general how bad Sprint is. They suck. The customer service sucks. Their data services are poor in a lot of places. Go look it up before you judge. And Sprint, I wish you guys would get shut down. I really do. You've caused us nothing but drama over the last couple weeks. And I really, really wish you guys would get shut down. Your customer service is an abomination. And the CEO don't give a shit because he's packed up money. He's packed up all this money. He don't care about you. He don't care about the look of his stores. His stores are lackluster. There's a couple that were nice. But his stores in general, they lack everything. They lack confidence. The people over there lack confidence. They just suck really badly. And the only reason I don't have T-Mobile is because T-Mobile sucks where I live. They have 1 bar of LTE, and inside the house you lose that bar. Verizon, 5 bars. AT&T, 5 bars. Sprint, 5 bars. But T-Mobile, they don't care. I don't know why. It's weird. Anyways, like I said, Sprint is a terrible company. And the only reason I stay with them is because they have unlimited data. But if they didn't have unlimited data, I would have never joined. If Verizon ever gets unlimited data, which they're not wanting to budge, but recent finding is showing that Verizon is losing a lot of postpaid wireless customers. And I will gladly cancel Sprint really fast. They are not a good company. I don't know why they exist. That I don't know how they're not actually losing customers because of the terrible customer service. And I think they will eventually. Thank you guys for watching.